drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me, and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that, because there's no reason to be glad. If you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form, it's like there's no reason to look back. And that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober, I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day that's doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself, if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem, is if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So, yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. Boom. Sup, guys? Welcome to a very special episode of Ruin an Hour. Got my good friend Dan here with us.
Yeah, what up? We're doing social distancing too because I usually mouth kiss Avocado right now too. Not in a gay way or anything like.
We think about football and battle rap the whole time, so it's not gay.
If you watched it, you would think it was gay.
But really,
but it's not.
Cool. It's like, you know, what cool people do.
It's like how Bill Belichick kisses his daughter and shit. Like, he'll take pictures and act like it's weird. But it's not that weird.
But yeah, how you guys doing today? I know that we don't usually do Ruin an Hour on Saturdays, but Dan was in the house, so we made an exception. Dan also hasn't been on camera for hella long.
Yeah, a long time.
So we're going to use this as a catch-up to what he's been up to, because he's been doing some really fucking cool things for dogs up in San Jose and all over California. That's actually why he's down here right now. So yeah, Dan, what have you been up to, man?
As most of you know who follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I guess not. I don't say anything on Instagram on the Death Dealers account. And I don't really say much on Twitter these days either. But if you pay any attention to any of the shit I said sometimes, I just be bitching about dogs a lot. I started a dog rescue. Really just started as me and my wife really like walking the dog and her being really sad about dogs in the neighborhood not having dog houses and being outdoor dogs.
Yeah.
And I started making dog houses for dogs, and then people started surrendering dogs, and I don't know, kind of just like it was happening right when I was really falling. I don't want to say like falling out of love with, but like I'd already like
getting uninspired.
Yeah, I'd already decided I was done doing the podcast and like really trying to figure out what direction I was going to go in.
Yeah.
As far as like, I don't know, entertainment mostly, because that's all I've ever done my whole life. And the dog thing just like, once we started like rescuing dogs and placing dogs, and I just seen the value in it, like nothing I've ever done before. Like no other work have I ever done where I've been like, oh shit, this is impactful.
Yeah, that gratitude you get back, right?
Yeah, I mean, not even that. Just like, those people are affected forever by that. That dog's affected forever by that. Like, in certain instances, like those dogs were certainly not going to live.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to live. You know what I mean? Or we're probably going to continue to have subpar lives. And so, you know, like people tell you throughout your even battle rap and music or whatever, it's like, oh, this song helped me get through this or whatever. But it's like, that ain't shit to saving a life, you know what I mean? Or like impacting someone's life to the degree like, I love my dogs. So if like you gave me my dog, like I'm thankful to you forever. You know what I mean? So that is what I mean by it being like impactful.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And so starting to do that, fortunately, like our good friend is a lawyer, and she helped me kind of do it the right way, and become a legit nonprofit and register with the Secretary of State and put all the paperwork together so that, you know, unlike the rap shit or the battle rap shit, I could run this as an actual business and take it seriously.
Nice.
It just, you know, I seeing the value in the work, you know what I mean? I realized that I can't do it on the same level that I did everything else. You know what I mean? I just be like, I wanted to have fun my whole life. I think that's all I've want. Like a lot of people want, you know, there's different reasons we aspire to do this weird shit, whether it be battle rap or music or whatever. And like mine was always just like, I want to have fun forever with my friends. Mostly like that was like the main thing, like want to have fun forever with my friends. And that's not the case anymore, I guess. Like that is not the most important thing to me right now. Right now I want to...
Your value system shifted a little bit.
Yeah, a lot. Because I don't really care about that shit at all anymore. Like I like having fun with my friends is not even close to like the top of my list of things now. Whereas it was like pretty, you know, it was in the top 3 for the vast majority of my life, you know.
Totally.
And now it's like, you know, these fucking dogs. They fucking, and you make, and I know that because I put myself in uncomfortable positions, you know, physically and financially, losing sleep, driving places, you know, handing fucking money to homeless people when you're overdrawn in the bank, and like just things I would never do for rap music, you know what I mean, or anything else I've ever done my whole life, you know, skateboarding, like I guess it's close to skateboarding in the sense that I would sacrifice my body for that, right? And this is even more because, like, you know, I'll put my whole family in danger over this shit. My dad getting bit by stray dogs. I mean, it's happening.
Totally.
Yeah.
So what is the process of, like, what you do?
Well, a lot of what we do right now is placing dogs by, you know, my wife is awesome at, you know, she has a whole network of different foster groups and rescue organizations all throughout California that are always posting dogs that need to be homed. And a lot of times it's as easy as just being like, hey, over here, look at this over here. And she's so good at that. And like like as many dogs as we've physically saved, she's probably saved twice as many just by doing that. Like,
just connecting people.
Yeah, someone's getting rid of their dog here and there. And then there are the instances where it's like we get a call or an email or a message about a dog that's close by that's in need, like right now. Yeah. In that case, we just go get that dog, you know, get it the medical attention it needs, and then try to find it a home. You know, it depends on, I hate to say how adoptable, but certain dogs have issues that need to be worked out, you know. Dog aggression is a big one. A lot of times when dogs are left alone in backyards or with like their immediate pack, like a mom left with a pup, which is the situation we had. And that, you know, the mom was fine. Mom was good to go. Pup was dog aggressive and very scared of just like almost everything. Like a dude was changing a tire across the street when I was walking her and she just shut down. I had to like literally physically pick her up and carry her by the dog. But she never had any issues with aggression with people. Like from the first day I met her and I picked her up, like we're trying to walk her on a leash. I could tell she's never been on a leash in her life. She just folds on her back in the middle of the street and starts peeing up in the air. Oh shit. And I just picked her up. And I, you know, thinking about that immediately after in the car, I'm like, oh, that dog could have fucked me up right now. Yeah. Like I could have really just, I'm like, here's my neck. You know what I mean? But I just picked her up and I put her in the kennel in the back of the car and she didn't do shit. Yeah. She was hella cool. Yeah. So I'm like, this dog is very adoptable, and she's so fucking sweet, you know. So it took us a long time to find her a home, but when we did, we found her a home. It's with a mother and her 2 young kids, and she just took to the kids so fast. And you'd think a dog is like, oh, this dog's aggressive towards anything. Yeah. You don't want that around a 2-year-old, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, no, like. It's like another nanny just ghosting the babies everywhere they go around the house. And like that was probably the most gratifying of all of the rescues that we've done so far. Because it was the hardest, you know what I mean? And she was a crate and rotate dog. Because we have, you know, 4 other dogs at the house all the time. Yeah. And then sometimes 5. Sometimes there's puppies. You know what I mean? So we had to keep her in a kennel in the back that I kind of built and tried to make as nice as possible. And then she was really scared of the wind, so we'd have to move her into my wife's salon, which is like holding dogs right now because she can't do hair. So like we had to move her into the house and then move the dogs out and move the dogs in. And it was just a lot of fucking work. Like I was talking to my homegirl Tracy about it, just explaining like how is it going with Nezuko? And I was like, oh, we do this and this and this. And she's like, oh, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is a total fucking nightmare. And I guess that's what I mean by, like, you know, my wife, too. Like, we're willing to put ourselves in those positions because at the end of the day, when you get that dog adopted, it's like, oh, my God, that's fucking awesome. Like, yeah. And those kids are going to grow up with a dog their whole lives. Mm-hmm. Probably more confident because of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the... you know, light at the end of the tunnel of all of these, you know, crazy journeys we go down with these dogs, and every single time we learn something. Every single new dog, you're like, oh, don't do that shit again. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I could see how, much like anything else, if I continue to do this in 10 years, I could be super fucking effective. Like just moving them left and right, saving dogs, and that's that's my goal, is just to be as effective as possible doing this shit.
Dope. Hell yeah. So where can they follow you if they're interested?
Instagram has been like the most. My wife does a lot of the like communicating on Facebook, but I think Instagram is where we make most of our connections, because the page has a lot of followers, because my wife's good at that shit too. And it's adopt_my_block. And it's every day we're doing something with dogs. Like, and it's crazy because people follow and be like, oh shit, more dogs. Like every day. I went to the vet one time, 4 days in the week with 4 different dogs.
Oh my God.
Like, hey, I got another
must
dog.
love you.
I almost went 5 because I had a dog
shit.
that needed to be checked the microchip, but we found the people. But yeah, like, and I'm just like, that's the only place to really see me online.
Mm-hmm. Because you've taken a step back from being in the forefront of the internet.
Yeah. I kind of just, I'm done with giving my whole life away, no offense, to people I don't know.
Totally.
And even people I know, so don't feel bad. But I did that for a long fucking time.
Yeah, most of your most pivotal moments in your life. Really.
A lot of years.
Yeah.
Like just being, fucking on camera, like the Truman Show and shit. And like recording everything. Like every, like, vacation and whatever, and just always just like, oh, I'm on Instagram, I'm here. It's like, I just don't want to do that shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that part of my life is done. But I'm on there, like, look at this dog. Yeah. I built this thing today. I've been building a lot of shit. Because, like, we're bored at home with dogs, and I got a lot of tools from my grandpa. Shouts. So I just I try to make a carpet mill. I'm still working on this thing for like 3 weeks. It's just like a manual treadmill for a dog. It's so fucking hard.
Oh, sure.
There's so much
crazy.
There's so much physics involved.
Yeah.
Like if it's just a ramp, like if I gotta build a structure, like homie,
quarter pipe.
All day, baby. Like I'll get it. It'll be crispy too.
Yeah.
But no, dude. You have to have rolling wheels and a carpet that slides on a platform. It's like it's a lot. But dude, I'm close, man.
Really?
I got Lily to run on it, and it works, but it should, like, the instant they touch it, go. So I need to figure out a way to create less resistance with the masonite, and I don't know, a whole bunch of shit, guys.
Crazy.
But I've been modifying dog houses a lot. People will like put dog houses online or just drop them off at the house, and then I'll insulate them, clean them, insulate them, and then drop them off to dogs. So I do a lot of that. Dope. And then now I want to make one of my dogs is fucking crazy. She's insane. Like I walked 10 miles that day. Like I posted online. And like right after I posted that, my dog is sitting in front of me going woof, woof, woof. It's like 9:30 at night, just yelling in my face. Like what the fuck do you want? You know what I mean? I often say that shit to my dog. Yeah. Like I look at my dog in the face and go, what the fuck, Penny? What do you want? What do you want me to do? What do you want? There's a toy right there. There's a toy right there. Yeah, I'm like losing my mind. Yeah. She's like, I've never seen a dog like her in my life.
Just energy through the roof.
Insane. She's a Jack Russell Terrier, but she's fucking 40.
Is it this one?
No. If I'll send you a picture, could you put it on the thing? Totally. Fucking Penny's just a magical idiot. I love her so much, but she is insane. So she's a Jack Russell Terrier. Her mom is a Jack Russell Terrier. But her dad must have been some kind of like lab pit mix, maybe. I don't know, but she's big. She's like 45, 50 pounds. The vet was like, they're not supposed to be that big. You know what I mean? It was like, you're not supposed to have a Jack Russell Terrier that big. I'm sorry. I got so many pictures.
Alfie, what's cracking, dog?
Alf dog! I miss Alfie so much. I think I texted him like, when this is over, man. There's like certain people I miss a lot. And then there's a whole bunch of people I don't fucking miss at all. But,
Gavin asked you, have you ever watched King of the Road before?
Yes, I have. I watched like because like I like know some of the Enjoy guys, and I know some of them through other people, or like I've just followed them skating for a long time. So the season that they were on it, I watched that whole shit. I remember watching. Oh, here's a good picture of this dumbass. I remember watching that Epically Latered series.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
Fucking fire.
I definitely.
They brought it back too. They like did Harmony Korine and like
fire.
a bunch of other people. Oh wait, this is the photo I have.
Oh, you have that photo?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh damn! No, that's a puppy,
wait.
dude. Come on, man.
I posted this photo earlier today, so that's why I thought I had it.
Yeah. Close.
What the fuck?
But
why
no
is this?
cigar.
Why is this like this?
Oh, dude, I got an even better one, dude. Here, I'll send you this one. Because this will illustrate my point more.
Okay.
But that's Penny. She's a giant Jack Russell Terrier. I personally believe that she can be an incredible agility dog. Because she's down to jump on like hella high shit when I'm like, jump on that! And she'll just jump up on it. And she listens for treats. But she don't listen for much else. You know what I mean? And she's I need to like try to stimulate her more, especially since I used to be able to take her to the dog park and I'd run around with her for a bit because I'd be getting in it with the dogs.
Yeah.
But then like I just let her go and she'd just be chasing dogs around for like an hour, and then she'd come home, she'd be a little more manageable. And they closed the dog parks, and it's been a pretty terrible month. Like she is crazy on the leash, just like pulling all the time.
Yeah.
Like I want to jog with her and I'll start jogging and then she just starts sprinting full speed. And I'm like, oh, Penny, I'm getting dragged. Like, no, let's jog. And we start jogging and she's like, no. Or we're just walking normal and she sees a bird and she'll like go, like she can go in the air. I'm like, you can't get the fucking bird, dude. I texted you another picture.
Yeah.
Show the picture I texted you because this firmly illustrates what kind of dog Penny is at home.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is what she's been doing during quarantine. A lot of this kind of stuff.
That's your other dog, Lily, right?
Poor Lily is just putting up with all the shit. Lily's a trooper, and she's definitely like, oh, you brought another dog home. That's nice. Is this one staying? You know, like, but she's the reason we started doing all this stuff because I fucking love my dog, man.
Hell yeah.
Like crazy.
What's this one?
Okay, so this is a puppy that we have available for adoption right now. I named this puppy Shinji, like from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Fuck yeah.
I name all my rescue puppies
That's awesome.
after anime protagonist. Mostly. Sometimes
Any
villains.
guts?
No, I haven't. I have yet to get a guts.
Okay.
We had a Bisky, Maki,
Nice.
Gon, and Killua. They were the Hunter puppies.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was Shinji, and his brother was Baki, the grappler, because his fucking brother was crazy.
Was his brother the one that was, like, biting the
because
water?
yes, that fool got adopted already by my sister-in-law, and she was watching this one, and she's like, he just lays around all day. He's so chill.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking awesome. What are you talking about? You want the one that bites water?
Totally.
You want the one that bites water? Okay, here, cool. So the cool one's available for adoption. No, they're both awesome. I mean, I love pit bull puppies. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh
Adorable.
my fucking
What kind
God.
of pit bull is this?
Oh my lord, dude.
I'm
The
ignorant to them.
backyard breed.
Word.
I mean,
Word.
my wife was like, "Don't talk about pit bulls on there. You don't know what you're talking about." I was like, I don't know. I'll be sure to say I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
But people always ask. My sister-in-law is like, he looks like a Dogo Argentino, and I was like, well, I don't think so. I mean, probably not, because he was born in a backyard, you know.
Yeah.
But it could be, sis.
Yeah.
Could be. He could be that.
I love pit bulls.
I love pit bulls too. It's such a broad term that's used to describe a bunch of dogs, and in a very negative way.
For sure.
It literally means pit against bulls or pit against other dogs. The only dogs that they were pitting successfully against each other when like dog fighting was a legal thing to do was the I think the American pit bull, which is like a mix of an American Staffordshire Terrier and an American Bulldog, like a big, and that's the one that's the pit bull,
the
suck
buff
gut,
ones,
buff
yeah.
one. But you know they started mixing in the bully breeds when they made dog fighting illegal, and thinking that it would be more effective, but those dogs are sweet as fuck.
Yeah.
So like those dogs were never good fighters. The big-headed ones that are bred with mastiffs, and then they started trying to make them cute, which is like, of course, because that's what you do. So they started breeding with English bulldogs, and that's when you get the smaller bully breeds.
Yeah.
But that term is such a blanket term to describe a bunch of different dogs.
Totally.
I mean, realistically, it's some kind of terrier mutt.
Yeah.
Of that like Staffordshire variety, but
Yeah.
like of what kind, who knows? Lost throughout history, you know what I mean? Like that's just how it is with pit bulls. But remember, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And this is a pit bull puppy. We call them pibbles because it's a cute name.
That is cute.
And they're cute.
And this one's available?
This one is available for adoption right now. So if you wanted to adopt this dog and you're local to the Bay Area or anywhere,
drivable.
If I could drive to you with the dog and you're the best fit for the dog, like you'll get the dog. We just want them to go to the best homes. That's the most important thing for us. And we're unreasonable. We're looking for people who are going to pamper their dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some of these dogs come from hard situations. These ones, not so much. Mm-hmm. These were just dogs that a friend of ours seen were available online for like cheap, and that's never good. Like you don't want people to be selling dogs for $50 online, because then the people who buy them are the kind of people who
they're not
think about
exactly.
It's a $50 dog. You know what I mean? And it's like the most important thing for us. Our goal is to get these dogs fixed first and foremost. Like you're not gonna.
That?
We facilitate it. Yeah, we take the dog to get fixed if you can't do it, or we'll make the appointment for you. We'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the dogs fixed.
Cool. That's dope.
That's the most important thing for us, because you adopt these dogs out into the world and you don't see that they're fixed, you're just creating more
problem.
Dogs. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, that's our like goal in stepping in here. Likely these dogs would have all went to homes for sure.
Yeah.
Good homes, maybe. People paying $50, fingers crossed, right?
Yeah.
But like we can get involved in that process, make sure they get medical attention, make sure they get their shots. And to the person's credit who was selling the dogs, they're not a breeder. They just found themselves in a situation where they had puppies.
Yeah.
And when they found out we were a rescue, they sold them to us for cheaper because they knew we would get them to a good home.
Yeah.
So that's like ideal situation. We had very unideal situations where like a fire in a homeless encampment, you know what I mean? Puppy mauled by another large pit bull, like shit like that. Where it's just like, this is terrible. We need to get this dog immediately to med vet.
Yeah.
It's something, and those are all those dogs end up fine too. You know what I mean? Like as long as we get to them.
Yeah.
So this puppy is available for adoption, and we just wanted to go to the best home possible.
Hell yeah. Dope.
Yeah.
And then you brought a video for us to play.
Yeah, this is Roxy. I love Roxy. I love all the dogs, right? But I love Roxy. I would keep Roxy if we could. She is a 6-year-old Mastiff Pit mix. Super sweet. This dog was a rescue dog 2 years ago. The woman who rescued her got another small dog as a companion.
Yeah.
A little French bulldog, and the little French bulldog is just like terrorizing her, and she kind of lived a crate and rotate style life because of that. It had to just be in the garage or on the patio or whatever. And I guess the owner realized that wasn't the best situation for the dog. I would have kept the rescue dog and maybe got rid of the Frenchie, because the Frenchie is going to be fine, and this is not an easy situation.
Yeah.
Even though, and that's why we put together these videos, because I think people look at a picture and they're like, oh, big ass rescue dog, like this is going to be a nightmare. Oh my God, this is the best dog I've ever had in my house.
Yeah.
She don't beg for food.
Yeah.
She woo-woos to go walk. Like when you bust out the leash, she goes, oh, woo, 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 like she's happy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't bark.
Yeah.
She's like scared of the other dogs because she was getting punked by this little Frenchie, so she's not engaging in like, but she likes them, so she tries to be friendly with the other dogs. She's just so sweet. She's such a good dog, and she's 6 years old. She's a large breed dog, so she's just halfway down her run. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that the last half of her life is the
Solid.
best. You know what I mean? And she deserves it. just watch this video. She's the best dog ever.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go.
Are you ready to go? You want to start your new life?
Such a good girl.
Roxy, speak.
Good girl, Roxy. You say?
Do you want, hey, Roxy, do you like woo-woos? Do you want to go walk? Do you want to go walk?
Being crazy girls? Look at this little girl with her pack.
Are you ready to go?
Make the list that long for her. Oh, I can't make a list that long for her where I'm like pet friendly.
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
Just all the shit.
Totally.
You leave her at home.
She
Leave
fits
her.
in all of those, huh?
Man, she's so good. Like you, and she's really a good fit for a lot of different homes. Like typically, I would never recommend having a dog that size in an apartment. You could totally have this dog in an apartment because she can't even really do more than a quarter-mile walk right now, at least, with the weight she's got on her, without her getting tired.
Word.
And she, she's probably pre-arthritic because dogs that are that size tend to be.
Yeah.
So we're kind of trying to trim her down a little bit and get her on. I don't know what she was eating before, but she's big, so we need to get her. We're trying to stabilize her diet.
Yeah.
Get her on some walks more so that she can be more active. But she is very content to just chill all day long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you could get her out for 2 walks around the block, she'd be the happiest girl on the planet.
Dope.
And she really just wants to be there with someone who cares about her.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens with a lot of these dogs that end up in the situation where they're stuck in the backyard or they're stuck in a garage, is that they're always outside of the action or of where the person is. All they want to be is by the person. You can be standing in a fucking fire and the dog would rather be in the fire with you.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I think that when you create that situation for that dog that's been lacking that, it's so crazy how quick they warm up to a stranger.
Yeah.
Like one day of like, I'm allowed in the house? I
Yeah.
can be on the couch? Oh my God, I fucking love you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you want for the rest of your life, I will do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, that's why I'm this way with dogs. You know what I mean? It's just they're unconditionally loving you. I
Definitely.
don't know of anything in the world that is that unconditional about its love. And,
Totally.
And to see a dog go from a situation where like Roxy was probably abused pre-rescue because she's very like sketchy, and I know that doesn't all come from being chased around by a French bulldog. And if you were rescued from something.
Yeah.
So pre-rescue, I don't have a lot of information on. I have any information on her. So she was probably had a really bad life, and then it got better. Let's make it way better now. You know what I mean? Like, let's make the end of it as good as it could possibly be.
Hell yeah. I saw a question in the chat. I don't know if you'd want to.
I'll address anything, and we do have some like news regarding our channel and like bots and stuff like that. So I figured I should talk about that stuff too.
Word. I saw one. I don't know. I think Gavin, you might have asked this, but if you didn't, forgive me. But I saw somebody ask, "Are pit bulls more aggressive than other dog breeds?"
No, definitely not. I think there are certain breeds that I would say are more aggressive by nature. And I wouldn't even put a pit bull on that list. I would say, like a chow is a dog that's unfortunately aggressive by nature.
Yeah.
And they have to be treated a certain way. That doesn't mean that like
Sandy, Banana Gang, thank you very much.
yeah, for sure, thank you. people, like, it doesn't mean like, oh, there should be no chows. You know what I mean? They just have to be raised in a different way.
Yeah.
Even Rottweilers tend to be like fiercely loyal to one person, and that could lead to aggression because if you stand between them and that person, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see.
So I wouldn't classify, especially the bully breeds, because they're by nature really sweet dogs. So like, no, I wouldn't classify pit bulls as especially aggressive dogs. However, they can be aggressive.
Yeah, if you raise them that way, for
and
sure.
they are often the dogs that are raised that way.
Yeah.
So they get this reputation of being bad dogs. But I'm fucking telling you, like 100 years of like treating golden retrievers bad, and you're
Yeah.
gonna have an aggressive breed of dog. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure,
If like
for sure.
the fools were just like backyarding and chaining
Yeah.
and baiting and doing terrible shit to golden retrievers, they would end up being bad dogs. Like,
Yeah.
I firmly believe that shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of that is just perception, and it's based on bad owners. You know what I mean?
Totally. I agree. I used to have 2 pit bulls, and I love pit bulls like the most now because
They
of that.
could be so sweet, like
Yeah.
so caring, like uber caring, in ways that I don't think other dogs can, because they're a lot of dogs that come from work backgrounds are like
Yeah.
they're there to work, so they have more of a work focus. So
Totally.
they don't have that like need to be belly rubbed, or you know what I mean, like. Dude, pit bulls like smile. and
Yeah,
wanna be-
totally.
and
When they
kiss
see you, they smile.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're like one of the most affectionate breeds of dog. So it's weird that they're also like classified as one of the most aggressive breeds of dog. But it's, you know, it's just a case of bad owners.
Yep. Totally true. All right. If you guys want to get into it, go to adopt_my block to follow Dan's dog outreach. Also, if you guys want to Venmo the cause, it's always good to Venmo
Yeah.
a good cause at dirtbagdan408.
Yeah, we're setting up all the official fundraising platforms for the nonprofit, but it's a lot more work than just like doing
Totally.
so we're kind of operating off of our regular ones for the time being because there are dogs in need. But by the end of the month, I'll have a website with all the official ways to donate: PayPal, GoFundMe. I'm not sure if Venmo allows for a fundraising platform. It's something that we're kind of
You can
working
just
on.
do a GoFundMe.
Well, I mean, we do, yeah. But you want to give people as many different options as
possible.
possible.
That's true,
So,
that's
like,
true.
just going to give people as many options as possible. As soon as we can start doing live events, we'll start doing, like, concerts, comedy shows, stuff like that. But what we're fucking talking about next summer now or something
Yeah.
like that. So, for the meantime, we're going to be doing the majority of our fundraising online. And we have such a great group of people that follow the pages, and we've been able to do a lot with the donations that we received. So I
Totally.
think it's important too that, like, when you donate, to be able to go, and that's why, like I said, you look at the Instagram, and like, we're doing shit with dogs all the time. We're
Yeah.
at the vet with dogs. We're at PetSmart. We're buying dog. We're building dog houses. We're doing something. It's like, so you see that your donation is going somewhere, and it's really awesome when you like donate a dog house, and then you see it go to a dog. And you're like, oh, fuck, that's tight. That thing was just sitting in my backyard collecting dust, and now it's like someone's house. And shit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that that is a big part of it, is creating the vibe, or at least making sure people understand that their donations are going the right place. You know what I mean?
Word up. I think the people would all like to know what's the 4-in-1 and counterproductive.
The channel. Okay,
So Ryan took over the podcast.
well, he
He's been-
started doing his own podcast, and I just gave him the platform to do it because
Yeah.
he's like the guy who took the initiative.
Yeah.
And I was helping FLO do his as far as like conducting it while he did his.
Which I loved.
And
funny.
Ryan also did a lot of that too. But then this fucking COVID-19 thing happened.
The virus
and
fucked
we
everything.
just got locked out of the studio, not physically, but like, it's a fucking quarantine. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to,
Just go there and kick it.
and it's not at our house.
Yeah.
And we can't get people to go there.
Yeah.
So it's like, we just were handcuffed. I personally live with my father, who's older, not in the best physical shape. So
Yeah.
he's definitely like if I'm listening to the news, that's the guy that's gonna die if I go fuck around.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be as cautious as humanly possible with this shit. And my wife is not taking clients. It's so fucking. I mean, you know, she can't legally, but people are doing it. You know
Yeah,
what I
of
mean?
course.
And like, especially people who can do it, who aren't like in big old salons, who have their own salon, like
Yeah.
they totally could. But my wife is like, no, I'm not going to put my father-in-law in danger.
That's awesome.
And if like all these other people in my industry are locked out, I'm going to be locked out too.
Totally.
So, you know, we're sacrificing a lot for me, like financially, for me to be like, I'm going to go to the fucking studio. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
it's just not in the cards really. So, you know, there was a question of whether or not we were going to continue to create content for the channel at all. Or
Mhm.
like I'm so hyper focused on the dog rescue shit right now.
Totally.
But then I realized like this is a skill that I have that can aid these dogs, right?
Yeah.
Like if I can keep the channel going and can keep creating content in a way that's entertaining to people, but also as service to the dogs, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And that's better than just washing that like large part of my life. Plus, you know, Ryan is down. He's like, yeah, man, I want to do this shit. You know,
Mhm.
so having someone there who's willing to like conduct the day to day of it, and I could just pop in and do, you know, a video game stream or a podcast, and that way we can create content for people who are stuck at home in this time. And you know, there was a big question of whether or not we were going to do battles, and I think that like me and Ryan both decided that it's like not only are we competing with like every other league who's doing battles in the same format, either, you know, Zoom or fucking whatever, iPhone battles or fucking very small room. And then what? We're competing with fucking you filming URL battles and
Yeah,
shit. It's
yeah.
like I just not. Also, I don't think that's the type of content that people want from us or need from us right now. I think you can get that content from other people. I think you can get it at a higher quality from other people. And it's just a constant reminder of the fact that shit is not fucking normal right now.
Yeah.
And I think that that's gonna get old for people. You
Yeah.
know? Depending on how long we're forced to stay at home, and even when they let us back outside, it's not gonna be
Back to normal.
a battle rap event that weekend.
Totally.
Nah, it's probably fucking next summer, dude.
Yeah,
Like
for real.
realistically, probably next summer.
Yeah.
And that's like, you know, realistically.
who knows?
It could be they just decide, fucking, that shit's not safe at all anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
Like,
real.
I don't know,
There
man.
could honestly be a time when people are looking at Coachella like, damn, people did that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Bro, that's what I was telling you. Is like I forgot as I was listening to this little like podcast on the way over here, and I stopped at the gas station, didn't put a mask on, walked right in the gas station. I forgot for a second that
Yeah.
this shit was happening. It was the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time that's happened in a month.
Yeah.
Because like even when I watch TV, even when I watch old shit, I'm just
Yeah.
like, whoa, those people are fucking touching each other. That's
Totally.
nuts. And they're in
Yeah.
a big ass group. Whoa,
Yeah.
crazy. But you know, it's gonna be a while before, you know, even I don't know, they let us, we feel comfortable. There's just
Yeah.
so many questions
Yeah.
behind that shit right now. And I think that like what we were good at wasn't that anyways. Like I mean we were good at doing battles and we're good at doing battle
really
events. Like but that's not what the channel was necessarily known for. I think the podcast is what the channel was known for. It's like
Definitely.
a unique brand of fuckery that we did.
Yeah.
That I think Ryan was able to continue on in his own way without being like piggybacking some old shit, you know what I mean? Like going in
Totally.
a different direction. And now there's more of a need for that than ever, you know? So like
Definitely.
we're gonna get back to doing that. Like
Hell
we're gonna,
yeah.
as this over the course of this month, we're gonna set up a new studio space that's in his house, just like you know, we're inspired. So like he can have constant access to it.
Great.
You know, he could just be there, come home, do a podcast, do a game stream, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I can go there, you know, once, twice a month, and pop in, do my own shit and
Yeah.
my own game streams and do stuff that is in service to the dogs and let people know what dogs we have available right now to adopt. And I think that if we keep ourselves in that position, that when things do go back to normal, we will do battles again because we love that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, we love the kind of battles we do too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not like anybody else.
Literally,
so.
if you guys stop, there's like plenty of people that's just like, oh, we don't have a home ever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
we're not
yeah,
going to
yeah.
battle ever again. You
Yeah.
know, so you're definitely like, you know,
Us and No Coast, the home of the fucking weirdos, right? God bless us for keeping weird shit alive.
and also you're like one of the few people that have a title anymore too. So it's like, you know, you're definitely like,
Yeah, that's interesting too because we like have a vacant title.
yeah,
So like that'll be, I think by the time we're able to start doing this shit again, it'll truly be like a fresh start instead of being like, you know, Mad Flex gave that up,
totally,
kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it'll be like they'll just remember Flex's reign
yeah,
and then be like, oh, I want that belt.
yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
do
And that's
tournament too for it, you know.
cool. Yeah, I mean that's what we want to do. We want to. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see how battle rap survives this. To what degree? Like, I don't ever think it's gonna go away, but you have to think like a lot of these battle rappers are in it for selfish reasons, for money and for attention, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna get those things for like a year.
yeah,
They might start doing other shit,
yeah, yeah,
and then they might not come back.
Yeah.
I know that from experience myself.
totally,
So like we might actually get a new crop for the first time ever. We might actually see some of these damn near 40-year-old guys quit battle rapping.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Which, hey, you're in great shape. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
You look good. But I was doing this shit with you 10 years ago, and I know how old you were then. So, you know, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of dudes who probably should have hung up the boots when I hung up the boots 5 years ago. Not because they didn't create great content, but because they literally stood in front of the door for a lot of new talent. There's no way you can have a new wave of talent if the old wave doesn't leave.
yeah. I see.
It's like if fucking Hulk Hogan and Macho Man were still wrestling right now.
Yeah.
They just didn't stop. Like, there
Yeah.
wouldn't be new wrestlers.
yeah,
It would
people
just-
would have never given the Roxy.
They just would have kept getting their ass beat
Yeah.
by fucking Hulk Hogan and
Yeah.
fucking Macho Man. They just kept writing those stories. Like, you guys keep winning. They win, they win, they win. You know, like, and to the battlers' credits, like, they're good. And it must have been so hard to stay on top in this atmosphere when people got better, when dudes like Geechee and Twerk started showing up, like, and Rum Nitty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, that was a while back. Like, right when Rum Nitty started coming in is when you start to see all this, like, shift in talent and, like, what it takes. Like, no more slip ups. No, and it's like, so to survive in that, you know, salute. But at some point, motherfuckers got to hang this shit up if we're ever going to have a new wave of talent.
Yeah.
And there's only so much progression that can happen when it's the same people doing this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully this leads to that. And in the best way. Hopefully the people that maybe should have quit 5 years ago are going to find different platforms and avenues and ways to make themselves happy that are more beneficial to fucking other things maybe instead of yourself. That's crazy. What if you helped somebody else?
Yeah.
That would be nuts. Maybe try it. Maybe try to help another thing and then see how it makes you feel. You got hella time. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you're at home for a little while. Do some of that.
Be of service.
Be of service. Obviously, I don't speak for everybody. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's like certainly a ton of battle rappers who's like, who they made their whole lives of service. You know what I mean? Like a few come to mind. You know what I mean? Right
Yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we're talking about a largely very selfish group of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like,
Self-indulgent.
I mean, selfish. The nature of it is selfish. I did it for a long time. I know.
Yeah,
Like, it's you put yourself first because you have to win.
Yeah.
You don't need to rely on anybody else. You know, and oftentimes they just get in the way.
Yeah.
And you're with every league, you're trying to get the most money for yourself possible without ever thinking about how it's going to affect that league, how it's going to affect that event, how it's going to affect the growth of the whole of the thing.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get the most out of it. The nature of it is selfish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I can see that.
So that's fine. Like the nature of a lot of those things. I think you could say the same thing about like fighting and like a lot of like certain sport endeavors and shit too.
Definitely.
It doesn't mean I'm not a fan. Doesn't mean I want it to stop. Keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. But at some point, when you're damn near 40 years old, maybe stop doing it and start doing something else that's in service to someone else or something else. And even in battle rap, maybe push battle rap forward. You know what I mean? Maybe try to create a platform.
Yeah.
Maybe use your platform to try and shine a light on some new talent.
Yeah.
That would probably be beneficial to the whole of the fucking thing.
Totally. I see a lot of people doing that now. Like a lot of people are branching out, kind of following in the footsteps of you. Like Math, he's doing his podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
Pat
so fucking cool to see.
Doing a podcast.
Yeah.
They actually have picked up steam in this quarantine.
Fuck.
Pat's been interviewing tons
Like Shaq
of people.
and shit.
Shaq. Yeah, it's funny. Some people are like, you should interview Avocado. I'm like, yeah, go from Shaq
Shaq
Action Bronson to the battle filmer. It's like, that's what we need.
It's like I'm the least famous person that's ever been on the hot box. Like if you look that shit up, legit.
Yeah.
Nobody less famous than me on the hot box. It's like System of a Down dude, and then me, and then Travis Barker. You're like all like sandwiched in the videos.
Yeah,
like,
that's legendary.
Who the
though.
fuck is Stuart? But yeah, no, like I super admire that shit. Like it's cool to see. I'd like to think that maybe I inspired some of it. You know what I mean? But I know I didn't, because these motherfuckers are selfish as fuck. And they weren't even watching my shit when it was on. So it's just cool to see like how quickly some of that shit can pick up. Like how quickly Math went from just like starting a podcast to like, come on, Drink Champs. You know what I mean? It was like, whoa, that's
insane.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, he definitely took it in a new route for sure.
And like Pat, like
Fox.
I'm interviewing people on Instagram, and it's like, sorry, I'm talking to Arsenal, and then like next week it's like I'm talking to Shaq.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
For real.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
His outfit's just getting more and more flamboyant. He's just slowly turning into a DC supervillain, like in front of our eyes.
It's gonna be like he's gonna be dressed like Chris Rock from The Fifth Element and shit.
Yeah, for real.
Things coming off holding a little fucking weird microphone. What's next, Oprah?
What's that fool's name from Jurassic Park? Life Finds a Way.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah. The Collector and shit. That fool. He's gonna show up at his next battle dressed as the Collector and shit. On accident too. Like he's never seen the movie.
I know, totally. It's like, this was cool.
What are you talking about?
I look fly. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Big shout outs to Dan. Go follow him once again.
Yeah, adopt_my_block. Shouts out to everybody who's kind of been a part of helping us build this thing and start to build this thing. There's way too many people that just mention one by one. Certainly my wife, first, like, and foremost, for not only inspiring me, but also, like, doing a lot of the legwork involved in this shit, too. So, like, and it's cool. It's really cool to be able to work on something together, and we're so passionate about it that like when we get frustrated, we don't like turn it into an argument with each other.
That's amazing.
We're just like,
that's amazing.
You were just like, these fucking dogs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So like,
that's cool.
So salute to my wife for sure. Love you, babe. And stay tuned for content from our channel. We're gonna start dropping content from the channel. Shouts out to Ryan, and we'll see like who else gets on board and gets involved in that process. As always, we kind of want to leave it open to people, to our friends and shit. But it's like, you'd be surprised how many people I don't talk to anymore once I stopped like creating fucking opportunities where people are being a platform or whatever. So like, we'll see. But I think that what we can do is take people's mind off of this shit by just doing what we always did. Just sitting in a room and being assholes and poking fun at the stuff we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, like I said, I lost thought of all the bullshit for a minute, just listening to some crazy story about some like Japanese World War II carryover hiding in the jungles, shooting farmers and shit, and thinking he's doing the fucking right thing for 30 years. That, you know, so if I could like find ways to do that for people over the next, you know, until things get back to normal, then that's something that I would be interested in doing. I would be willing to time into that.
Hell yeah.
And peel myself away from fucking wiping dog urine off of my shoes and whatever else I do every single day, whatever. I don't know. I feel like I didn't talk to many of you guys, but love you guys, miss you guys. I do, really. I do miss like chatting with you guys all the time, and it was super cool to get to hang out with you for a little while.
Of course. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. See me at Round for Round here in 2 hours. Peace.
Yeah.